Hello everyone, this is Dr. Shannon bringing you a message of hope today from the Inspire, and welcome back. Happy Valentine's Day. Wow, February 14th, 2017. Can you believe it? Another Valentine's Day is upon us. And you know, we will hear throughout the day, and it's probably a question that's asked all over, thousands, millions, hi love, thank you for joining. Thousands and millions of people asking the question today, will you be my Valentine? Will you be my Valentine Day, or my Valentine? You know, if you think about love and loving our life and our life's work well, hi, cousin Sheila and Charlotte. When you think about loving your life and your life's work well, it has to do, hi Lyle, it has to do with the quality of the questions that we ask. If you think about it, every great thing in our life, if you can think about your life, every great thing in your life, it very likely started with a question. You know, this reminds me of years ago. It was actually around Valentine's Day. I was sitting at my office. I happened to be on a phone conference with someone who was like a financial planner, but more than a planner, really like an investor guy. And we were talking, we were going through all, you know, the list of where I was financially. And one of the questions that he asked was, how's your insurance? Like overall, where's your insurance? And I was like, hey, you know what? Totally great with insurance. In fact, I'm probably overinsured is what I said to him. And he goes, well, you know, that's usually not the case, but he goes, send me all your information. Let me take a look at it. Right then, I get interrupted on the phone call from my assistant. She comes in and she said, Dr. Shannon, you need to stop the phone call right now. There's an emergency. And I'm like, oh my goodness. It was my neighbor calling. My neighbor proceeds to tell me that my door has been kicked in at my home. She said, I don't know what's going on, but the door's broken. It's been kicked in. You need to get here as soon as possible. I've called the police. I get to my house, and my house is literally like ransacked. I mean, it was like the door had been kicked in. Every single drawer, every single door, everything open, everything spewed onto the floor. It was chaos everywhere. But let me tell you, as I was driving to my home, my only thought and my only prayer was this. Number one, my daughter was supposed to be home by herself that day. And as it turns out, her dad had called and said, hey, can Annie come and stay overnight with me tonight? So she was not there. I was giving thanks to God. Number two, my dog was there locked in the bathroom. That's where I used to keep her at work while I was at work. So she was in her little space, and all I could do was pray. I prayed prayers of thanksgiving, and I prayed prayers of, dear God, please protect Lily. So anyway, long story short, hi Debbie, I got home and I was like, it was the most intense situation at that point in my life that I had ever walked into. And what we were able to figure out was nothing was taken except all of my rings. Some diamond rings, I mean, just like a lot of money worth of rings, because I used to collect rings, okay? But they never took like the TV. They didn't even take other jewelry except for expensive pieces. But otherwise, they left so much of the stuff there. Anyway, long story short, what do you think I was thinking about? I was thinking, thank God Annie wasn't there. And thank God my dog was fine. Okay, my dog was there. They never went into the restroom. That was the only place they left my dog alone. But the question that I did ask was, why me? And I remember I sat down with God and I was like praying, and I said, you know, God, when I hi Mr. Pearson, when I bought my home, I walked through every single room in my home and I prayed for God's protection. So I was like, Lord, you know, I prayed for your protection. I pray, I believe, you know, I believe in you. I believe that when I ask, it shall be given unto me. I trust you. And it's like, how could you allow this to happen? And all of a sudden I heard in my spirit, I did protect you. Annie wasn't there. Lily's okay. You weren't there. And in that moment, I saw how God works in such an incredible way. Because sometimes and oftentimes, life doesn't happen the way we think it should. Protection doesn't look the way we think it should look like. Love doesn't look the way we think it should. And a question that I hear all the time, or a statement I hear from clients all the time, they'll come to me and they'll be like, Dr. Shannon, I didn't think my life would look like this or be like this. I don't know, you know, there's got to be more. Great question. Is there more? But so often things aren't what we thought they should be because we've never really thought about consciously about what we think it should look like. And we're not asking great questions. If we're not asking great questions, we are not going to get great answers. Perhaps you are asking questions like, why me? Or poor me. Why is this so hard? Why is this happening? Why am I spending Valentine's Day alone? Whatever it may be, you're asking all these questions. I want you to think about looking into your life and saying, number one, what area am I asking questions in my life that actually could be a greater question? If it's your finances, if it's your love life, if it's your life's work, if it's your relationships, whatever it may be, ask yourself, what questions am I asking? Right there, asking yourself. Oftentimes we don't even speak to ourselves in a question unless we're saying things like, that was real stupid. Like, why did you do that? Why me? Poor me. I mean, think about the conversations that you are having with you. Because if you are not your greatest loved one, then you're not going to be able to love others well either. Even the word tells us that we must love others the way we love ourselves. I think that's part of the problem. Not that God said it or wrote it, but that we are loving others the way we love ourselves. The problem is that we're not loving ourselves well. Therefore, we're not loving others well. We're not loving ourselves well. We're not loving our life and our life's work well. Remember yesterday I talked about being employee of the month, like every day, the employee of your life? It is time to be the employee, your best employee of your life. Begin to do life in a way that you are actually doing your life's work. Think about this. If this were the last day that you were alive on planet Earth, how would you be living it? How would you be loving it? How would you be doing and being in life? How would you be doing life? Would you be complaining? Would you be asking questions like, why me? You know, if you're a person who asks the question, why me, a lot, I want you to think about this. If you're asking that question, then why not ask the question when something great happens in someone else's life? Why not say, hey, you know what? Instead of why not me, you could say, I could do that too. Like great things can happen for my life too. But oftentimes we think of the negative. Poor me, why not me, and oh, I could never do that. If you say you can never do that and you believe that, then you are absolutely correct. But if you say, hey, you know what? I can, I will, I am, you will not only be the greatest lover of your life, but your life will begin to work and your life's work will begin to have impact. Your life's work, my friend, is you making love to your life. You make love to your life. Today's Valentine's Day. Whether you have someone in your life that's your Valentine or not, today is the day to make love with your life and begin to say, will you be my Valentine? Or picture your life saying to you, will you be my Valentine? Will you show up? Will you romance with me? Will you love? Will you dance the dance of life with me? It is all dependent on the questions that you're not only willing to ask, but the questions that you are brave enough to consider and to ask. And for those of you that don't even know where to start because you're scared and you're like, I don't even know what to ask for help. That may be the first question that you ask today, is reaching out and asking for some help. I would love to hear from you. If you have a question and you're like, hey, my life is not full of love right now. I am not loving it. I don't even know what this life's work thing is all about. Please ask. And if you don't want to ask in the comments, totally cool. It's okay. You don't have to expose yourself there if you're not ready for that. Private message me. Ask the question and I'll address it here. We can do this live. We can do this together. We can live and love our life and our life's work well together. So I want to invite you, if you have not yet seen the video that I created with my sweet love the other night, it is so spectacular. Okay, I love it because when I watch this video, I listen to the music, I see it's like 15 seconds. Invest in yourself today. You got to watch this video. It to me is the pure epitome and the absolute masterpiece of what it looks like to love your life and your life's work well, and to do it with unapologetically, to do it naked and unafraid, unashamed, and completely in the present moment, dancing with life. That is my hope for you today. Make sure you ask yourself these questions. Please do that. And then act on that. Not in a performing nature, but in truth. Act on truth today and watch what happens. I also want to invite you, when you go check out my site and take a look at that video, I want you to consider this. Today is the first day of the launch of my print copy of Date Yourself Well. So excited. I alluded to it the other day. It's finally available in print. You can go on my website, get Date Yourself Well. It will be the best investment in your life besides asking great questions. So I hope this helps you today. Please give it a thumbs up if you love it. And even if you don't, give it a thumbs up, please. It just makes me feel good, okay? And also, please share this with someone you love and someone that you would love to love, someone that is desperately looking for help and an answer. I hope this helps you. This is Dr. Shannon, inspiring minds that want to know and hearts that want to grow so you can love your life well.